Right, you're not ready for this, like. I wasn't ready for it. My mates who I've shown this pedal to certainly weren't ready for it. But we've all since been enlightened. So check this out. I already know the title of this video, what it's going to be. This is the best Marshall in a box I've ever tried. I'm Dagan, welcome back to the channel, and this is the PAL800 version 4 Gold Overdrive from PedalPalFX. Now, it's a very small company based out of Venezuela, right? And they make a very small amount of pedals, but I've seen this guy and the versions prior of it pop up for years on Instagram, on YouTube. They sell only on Reverb, but I've seen them on Reverb when I'm looking for Marshall in the box pedals and stuff. So they've always kind of intrigued me. And when they reached out saying, do you want to try this pedal? I was like, yeah, goddamn, I've seen so many awesome reviews on it. Let's sink my teeth into it. And everyone was right. I'm not going to ramble on too much in this video. I'm going to literally let the pedal do the talking like I did when I plugged it in for the first time. I just played it for like an hour and a half. My first impression with this pedal when I plugged it in was that, what I was trying to get you to listen to there, there's no artifacts, like there's nothing when the note rings out. On a distortion pedal that kind of makes it crackle and almost, this is 100% analog by the way, but there's no, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a pedal. I'm going to talk about the feel more in a second, but when you listen to it, there's no, it doesn't sound like anything artificial going into a clean amplifier. So I'm running straight into my Fender Swoop Super Reverb, mic'd up with a Shure SM57 microphone. But it's not that, it's a JCM 800. The reason I'm playing so much Guns N' Roses as well is because the guys from PedalPalFX are huge Slash fans. Like that's their guitar tone idol. And this actually has a Slash mode on it, which again, I'll talk more in a second about the modes and stuff. But at the start, I just want to get an overall, I want to tell you my overall first impressions of it. Besides the notes ringing out and stuff, I can't stress enough in the past 10 years in which I've been demoing pedals, the tone is kind of easy to get. Technology's evolved so much in the world of pedals where, from cheap pedals to expensive pedals, you can get the tone kind of there. But the thing with the Marshall, the thing with the JCM 800, or a modified 1959 SLP Plexi, is the response and the percussive nature of that. And that's extremely difficult to do in a pedal this price, and a pedal that's £1,000, and everywhere in between. But by George, stuff like that as well. When you use distortion pedals into a clean amp, the whole tone gets saturated. Obviously, it's a distortion pedal, but say ringing out a big E chord there, the high strings were still ringing out, and I was chugging on the low E. In other distortion pedals of this ilk, it kind of latches onto that chug, and the high strings that are ringing out just get totally disregarded, and the whole kind of tone focuses around that chug. But with this, bravo, PedalPalFX. There's no way on God's green earth you're getting this pedal back. Actually a good riff to demonstrate. Percussiveness. Something like that, and I'm acutely aware that through your phone speakers on your toilet at work, when you're watching this video, you can't get the feel that I'm getting from that Fender. So if you get a chance to grab one of these, from all the links in the description box down below, when you stand in front of it, it feels like you're standing in front of a heavily modified 80s JCM 800. And just like the real thing, it's so reactive, like the input on it is so reactive and responsive to the signal that's hitting it. So whether you pick hard or soft, especially the volume control of your guitar. Right, that's enough first impressions and stuff. It's very hot today, apologies, I'm all sweaty and stuff. Let's get into why this pedal is and what it's all about. Give us a break, man. Anyways, this pedal itself has been in production, well, this is 8 years worth of making these pedals to get to the version 4 that you see before me. And what you're looking at is a 100% analog, shrunken down circuit of a JCM 800. But instead of vacuum tubes, there's no op amps in this, by the way. There's no clipping diodes and the rest of the stuff. What they've done is basically shrunken down the actual circuitry of a JCM 800, placed it in this pedal, which is beautiful internally, by the way, and replaced the vacuum tubes with very specific selected transistors, just in place of the tubes. 100% analog, no clipping diodes, nothing stupid and crazy and modern like that. And that's where you get that magic. That's where you get that classic sizzle. Every pedal set up by hand too, and personally tested by the founders of PedalPalFX. And they've made it super easy to use, which as a simple guitar player, I need that. I mean, just like an original 800, I guess, really. Top 3 knobs, I'll get this lovely little switch shortly. Top 3 knobs, volume, how loud you want the pedal to be. The presence, the upper high end, how much presence you want the amp to have. How much gain you want, bass, middle, treble, 3-band EQ. Oh, and it's worth mentioning as well, I touched on before how beautiful the internals of this pedal are. There's actually an internal master tone trim pot. So you can alter the tone of the output of this pedal to suit whatever setup or whatever gear you're running it with. But this is from the factory, as it is, and like I said, everything's pretty much new, and I've been rocking for days with it just like this. So that's a pedal in a nutshell, runs on 9 volts as you'd expect. This is where the magic happens though, this little switch right here. There's 3 different modes for this JCM 800 Marshall in a Box PAL800. And what you've heard thus far in this demo is the switch in the up position, which is the mod 34, which I'll talk about in a second. In the middle, it's the JCM II setting. So this is a traditional, unmodified 800 kind of tone. People are always shocked, and I was when I first ever played one, of how little gain proper stock 800s have. Obviously, you can turn that up here by increasing the gain. Gets a lot fatter. Again, you still hit with that wall of saturation, but you can pick out every single note in a big G chord. So middle position, the JCM II is just a straight up 800. Down below, this is the mod 7 setting. So the toggle switch at the bottom, that's mod 7. And that is from the previous model, the version 3, this is the version 4. It was an 800 but with a gain boost switch. So this is the gain boost switch from the version 3. So back to standard. Bit more gain, still extremely musical, like so bloody musical. All those high frequencies just fly out of you. Nothing gets bogged down in like you do in other Marshall in a Box pedals and stuff. More gain, a bit more of a dynamic kind of range with the mod as well. But at the top is the new mod for the version 4, which is famously the mod 34, famously known as the slash mod. It's the slash tone. You heard it at the start. Regular, 7, 34. like more gain. I think the 7 mod has more overall saturation gain, but with the 34, it feels like the dynamics go from that to that. The whole thing just blooms so much more. The percussiveness is there through all the different modes, whatever you want to choose, but you've nailed it, guys. To begin down a bit now, the presence up a bit. I want to do this. A bit bright actually. I know the regular 800 sound in the middle would be probably better for AC/DC riffs, for less gain and stuff, but with the 34, you get a lot more sizzle under your fingertips. There's more of a note to grab onto, if that makes any sense in this ridiculous guitar world jargon that we all speak. I'm even getting like the low gain settings of 34, like basically every great Marshall sound you've ever heard is either been modded in a way where it's got a distortion pedal in front of it, or it's been tweaked with internally. And you can get them all from this little bloody pedal. I'm going to plug a Kramer in and get all 80s right now. That's insane, that, you know. It's okay to modulate keys if you forget where you are, that's totally fine. But yeah, any kind of modern Marshall tone, this will absolutely nail, from like all the Van Halen stuff to... It's the percussiveness that I can't stress enough. That feel and the bounce back from the, I was gonna say upper mid-range or whatever it is. The regular JCM again. Every riff just absolutely flies out of it, with all the overtones and all the harmonics you'd expect for something like this. So you can turn your clean Fender amplifier into a 2-channel amp. Have one channel being the clean Fender, the other channel being a fire-breathing, modified Marshall JCM 800 with the PAL800. It's insane. Oh, heat's getting in my head. It's not just the best Marshall in a box pedal that I've ever tried. It's hands down the best 80s rock tone condensed into a little box ever. And that's my jam right there. It does the Nuno thing really well as well because of that percussiveness on the higher strings. So have any idea how hard it is to get that right, to get that feel like the air moving in the room without a modern one of them or one of them? like I say, it really excels in doing the slash thing. It's just... And I think, ladies and gents, that's all the site specs and sounds I can give you on the hottest day of the year here in the UK of the wonderful PedalPalFX PAL800 Gold Overdrive version 4. It's simple, it does a lot. Well, it does a lot of that one specific tone, but that specific tone is one of the best guitar tones on the entire planet, and we all know that. Every studio in the world, the biggest studios in the world, Sunset Sounds, the cat's feeder's going off downstairs. I thought someone was downstairs. Anyway, Maida Vale, Abbey Road. They've all got modified JCM 800s in them. They're that important, and now you can get one for your bloody pedal board. So that's all you think down below in the comments. If you want to get one, like I keep saying, they're all linked in the description box down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. I've been Dagan. I'll see you next time.